Okay, enough of that. So Hamilton, a filming of the hit Broadway musical, has to be one of the most anticipated films of the year. In this movie, 3 live performances by the original cast in 2016 were used, with 2 of them being in front of a live audience and 1 extra being done for all of the close-ups. Now with all of that, this movie, directed by Thomas Kail, is an absolutely beautiful film. Okay, so a brief overview. We follow Alexander Hamilton, the $10 and one of the many founding fathers of America, as he goes through all the highs and lows of his life. The play begins with the now iconic Alexander Hamilton, as the ensemble introduces us to Hamilton and foreshadows many of the events that we'll see inside the play. Throughout the story, we see the man become a general and the very first Treasury Secretary of America. But then he loses it all after the election of 1800 and a duel to the death with his then rival, Aaron Burr. And this movie doesn't just talk about war and politics. It also discusses how love worked at the time and how Alexander Hamilton was absolutely obsessed with his work. Now this movie rose to fame because of how it took a seemingly boring topic and made it interesting by injecting hip-hop and rap influences throughout its soundtrack. Oh yeah, and by the way, this entire film is its soundtrack. Lin-Manuel Miranda is an absolute genius because not only did he write the majority of the lyrics, but he had a hand in composing each and every single song throughout the soundtrack. From the fast pace in songs like My Shot, and to the slow melancholy in songs like It's Quiet Uptown, Lin manages to nail it in each and every single song throughout the soundtrack. And that's why I think that Lin-Manuel has become such a household name in not only the Broadway scene, but in entertainment in general. Oh, and when it comes to its critical reception, Hamilton earned Tonys, Grammys, and even a Pulitzer Prize for drama. And when it comes to Tony specifically, Hamilton earned the second most amount of awards in history with 11, and the most amount of nominations with 16 that year. And now after this movie's release, many are asking the Academy to consider this film and nominate it for an Oscar, which could give Lin-Manuel the coveted EGOT status. This film isn't what it is because of Lin-Manuel though. The cast is what turned his amazing ideas into the masterpiece that it is. Strong performances can be seen throughout this cast, with Renee Elise Goldsberry performance as Angelica Schuyler and Leslie Odom Jr.'s performance as Aaron Burr. The cast did so well that they won 3 out of the 4 coveted awards for a performance in a play. And Lin didn't even win any of them. It's also necessary for me to bring up that multiple actors had to play different characters in the 2 acts. Most notably, Daveed Diggs had to play Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson in Act 1 and Act 2. This is what made him one of the main draws of this musical. As I mentioned earlier, we cannot talk about this play without bringing up the strong performances, especially by Aaron Burr and Angelica Schuyler. These 2 performances are the absolute standout in this play, providing the strongest emotional punches and just bringing the overall best performances. Their acting and vocals are absolutely amazing and give these characters such depth, which steal the show. Not to mention, their songs, especially Satisfied and Wait For It, would have to be the highlights of the soundtrack. Though I do gotta say that it's kind of disappointing knowing that the entire backstory of the song Satisfied is an absolute lie. Turns out Angelica had like 10 more siblings and she was already married when she met Hamilton. It really ruins the whole drama of the song, you know? Oh yeah, and everything about Hamilton's first son, Philip, yeah, that one's a lie too. It turns out he died way before the election of 1800, which kind of ruins the stake, and that his duel with that guy Eckerman or whatever, turns out they stood around for minutes instead of him shooting before 9. So I think the song goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, but okay, yeah. Really heartbreaking though, I guess. Oh man, and the worst thing that I found out after I watched this play multiple times, which hey, don't judge me for, would have to be that Hamilton never punched the bursar. That's one of the best rhymes that are an absolute lie in this film. Okay, so me having that mini rant doesn't mean that this film is ruined for me, of course. It's just kind of sad knowing that these were lies, but it added so much drama to the film, so it was a great decision. Plus, creative license is a thing, right? Anyways, this is a review, so I'm just gonna say that Hamilton is absolutely amazing. This movie is a must-watch for anyone, especially people who are into musicals and haven't seen Hamilton already. They took an iconic play which many were not able to see and put you in the best seat with the original cast because of the amazing cinematography by Thomas Kail. While watching this film, you're gonna be feeling everything from hype to near-death laughter to even shedding a few tears. Lin-Manuel has created an absolute masterpiece, and thankfully, Disney has given everyone a platform to truly enjoy it. So that ends my second review, and if you stuck around this long, just leave a like or a comment. Thank you for watching.